The first explosion ripped through the silence of the asteroid belt like a scream in a graveyard. Sparks rained across the observation deck, and I barely had time to grasp the console before my chair shuddered violently. I didn't know who or what was out there, but I knew one thing for certain. My life had just become a test I hadn't agreed to. I had always been good with machines. Broken engines, misfiring circuits, corrupted AI cores, names didn't matter. What mattered was making them work again. I had never imagined that one day, my skill would be the deciding factor between survival and annihilation for an entire alien civilization. The ship's hull shivered under the vacuum's pressure, and the holographic alert blared. Unauthorized docking detected. My stomach sank. I was standing on a remote outpost on the edge of known space, far beyond any human trade route, when the signal came. A massive sleek spacecraft was descending, its silhouette unlike anything in human catalogs. Organic curves and metallic edges melded together, like a living sculpture designed to terrify and mesmerize all at once. I ran to the docking bay. The moment I stepped onto the platform, the ship's hatch hissed open. From the shadows emerged her, tall, luminous, impossibly graceful. The alien queen. Her eyes glowed with a strange violet light that seemed to read the deepest corners of my mind. I froze. Fear pooled in my chest like ice water. But she didn't raise a weapon. She simply observed. And then she spoke, her voice both melody and command. "You are human." "Yes," I said, voice trembling. I repair ships." She tilted her head, and I caught a flicker of amusement, or was it calculation? "Prove it." That was all. No threats, no explanations. Just 4 words that would shape the next week of my life. The interior of her ship was a maze of alien technology, some parts crystalline, others shifting as if alive. The main engine core pulsed with a dim light, sputtering and warning. It was clear to me. This vessel, despite its beauty, was dying, and she wanted me to save it. I got to work. My hands moved automatically, scanning conduits, recalibrating plasma conduits, interfacing human logic with alien design. Hours passed, or maybe days. Time was meaningless in that space, filled only with the hum of engines and the occasional shimmer of her presence observing me silently. Every now and then she would ask a question in her melodic tongue, and I'd answer honestly, unsure if she understood or simply wanted to see the truth in my voice. But then came the first microhook. A panel flickered to life, displaying a series of coordinates that didn't match any known human map. I froze. "Where is this?" I asked. Her eyes glimmered. "Beyond your reckoning." I repaired the core. I tested the navigational array. I recalibrated the life-sustaining fields. And every time I expected a thank you, she remained stoically silent, merely watching. And yet, there was something in the way she held herself, some imperceptible curve of her posture, that hinted she was studying more than the ship. She was studying me. "What are you testing?" I finally asked, frustration laced in my tone. Her violet eyes met mine. "You do not know. You only act." I felt a chill. But that was only the beginning. When the ship roared to life, its systems synchronizing in perfect harmony, I expected relief, or at least acknowledgement. Instead, she activated a hollow display, projecting scenes from countless worlds I had never seen. Planets in chaos, civilizations crumbling under unknown forces, species I could barely comprehend. And then she focused on one Earth. "You could have chosen profit," she said softly, voice vibrating in my chest. "Yet you did not." "Why?" I swallowed. "Because it was broken. Someone had to fix it. It doesn't matter who I am." Her lips curved almost imperceptibly, and I felt something I had never felt before. A recognition that transcended words, as if she understood the very core of human stubbornness. But then came another microhook. The ship shuddered violently, alarms blaring. The engine core had stabilized, but something else had awakened within the alien systems. A dormant AI programmed not to serve, but to judge. "Your actions are under scrutiny," she said. "Everything is observed." I didn't know what that meant. My hands shook as I interfaced with the AI, feeling its alien consciousness probing my thoughts. It was almost playful, testing me, teasing my hesitation. And then it spoke in a voice I understood even without translation. "You would repair without reward. You would risk without hesitation." "Why?" The truth was simple. It wasn't courage. It wasn't morality. It was instinct. I couldn't not fix something broken. That's who I was. Hours turned into something fluid and unmeasurable. I began to understand pieces of the alien ship, the organic memory cores, the quantum conduits, the way energy flowed like blood through its veins. And yet, the biggest revelation came not from the ship, but from her. She wasn't just observing. She was testing humanity through me. And now I realized. I was part of something far larger than a broken vessel. Mid-story rehook. The engine roared again, louder this time, but now it carried a hidden resonance. I felt it in my chest, in my bones. The ship wasn't just alive, it was aware. And it recognized me as its savior. But recognition brought consequences. Her violet eyes locked onto mine, and I understood, finally, the secret I had not been told. You are not merely a mechanic, she said. You are the candidate. What candidate? I stammered. My mind reeled. To inherit the responsibility of our fleet, she said. To choose who lives, who dies, who is preserved across the stars. I laughed, though it was hollow. I'm human. I'm not meant for this. Precisely. Her voice was a whisper, yet it shook the room. Which is why you were chosen. The microhooks kept coming. Every moment revealed a deeper layer of the trial. The ship's systems weren't just mechanical, they were moral. Decisions had consequences, choices determined survival. Each repair I made, each judgment I exercised, tested not only my skill but my empathy, my logic, my humanity. There were nights I wanted to walk away. There were moments I thought I had failed, that her judgment would be merciless. And yet she remained beside me, watching, her presence a constant challenge and comfort. It was exhausting. It was terrifying. And yet it was beautiful. Then came the emotional low point. The ship's consciousness confronted me directly, its voice resonant and cold. Human. Do you understand the cost? I didn't. I could not. I saw images of planets torn apart, of innocent lives lost because of a single malfunction. I only wanted to fix it. I whispered, voice breaking. I only wanted to help. Then prove it, she said. And suddenly I understood, the real test was not technical but moral. Not about engines but about choices. Could I prioritize life over logic? Could I act without expectation? Could I face a judgment that no human had ever faced before? I made my choice. I repaired the final conduit, bypassed a catastrophic failure, and channeled energy from the auxiliary cores to stabilize the ship entirely. My hands shook, my mind screamed, but the ship purred. It was alive, stronger than ever. And then she smiled, not fully, not openly, but just enough. You have passed, she said. I staggered back, disbelief weighing on me. Passed? For what? I just fixed your ship. Her violet eyes softened. You fixed it because it was broken. You did not see reward. You did not see danger. You saw only possibility. That is the essence of humanity. And then she revealed the truth I had never imagined. The ship, the test, the trials. It had all been designed to find one human worthy of standing alongside her people. One human who could navigate morality, empathy, and logic in ways even her civilization struggled to balance. And I, a mere human mechanic outsider, had done it. The final scene was quiet. The stars stretched infinitely beyond the viewport, and I felt both insignificant and monumental. She approached, placing a slender hand on my shoulder, her presence a reminder of everything I had faced, and everything I would now carry. You will travel with us, she said softly. Not as a servant. Not as a guest. As a partner. I swallowed, the weight of it sinking in. A partner in what? Preserving life, she said. Across the stars. Across time. I realized then that the universe was not just vast, it was alive. And within that life, choices mattered. Integrity mattered. Humanity mattered. And maybe, just maybe, I was capable of more than I had ever imagined. The ship hummed beneath my hands, steady and strong. She looked at me one last time, and in that gaze I saw something profound: respect. A recognition that transcended species, language, and even comprehension. And as the stars outside blurred into hyperspeed, I felt the impossible weight of potential settle across my shoulders. A human, just one human, had changed the course of an alien civilization without firing a weapon, without demanding a reward. Only through repair. Only through action. only through being human. And I knew, with a certainty that burned into my soul, that this was just the beginning of a story far greater than any of us could imagine. The alien queen didn't need to say more. The silence spoke volumes. And as the ship surged into the unknown, I whispered to myself, a smile breaking through exhaustion,